For relative motion, usually we have xy coordinate system which is fixed. Another coordinate system is moving with respect to that one with velocity u going in some direction. And there's an object that's going at the velocity v prime with respect to the moving coordinate system. The question is, what is the velocity with respect to the stationary coordinate system? This is usually relevant when you have something moving and something moving with respect to that, like airplane moving with respect to air. Air is moving with respect to ground. You want to find what is the velocity of the airplane with respect to ground. So for that purpose, I gave another name. Ground is denoted by G, air is denoted by A, and this is like an airplane, denoted by P for plane. So this velocity, v prime, is velocity of the plane with respect to air. And this u is the velocity of the air with respect to ground. And we want to find velocity of the plane with respect to ground. Now, in order to do that, let's talk about this object in here having two coordinates in the primed coordinate system, x prime and y prime, and have two coordinates with respect to the unprimed coordinate system, x and y. And the origin of x prime and y prime has coordinates x and y in the unprimed coordinate system. You see, from geometry here, we can say that x is equal to x prime plus capital X, and y, which is this, equal to y prime plus capital Y. So we have this. If you take derivative of this equation with respect to time, you get dx over dt equal to dx prime over dt plus dx over dt, capital X. And the derivative of this with respect to time is dy over dt equal to dy prime over dt plus d capital Y over dt. And then if we multiply this equation by I hat, multiply this equation by j hat, and add them together, this is what we get. We get dx over dt I hat, dy over dt j hat, and dx prime over dt I hat, dy prime over dt j hat, and then we get dx over dt I hat, d capital Y over dt j hat. This was the velocity with respect to unprimed coordinate system. This was the velocity with respect to primed coordinate system. And this is the velocity of the coordinate system that's moving with respect to the stationary coordinate system. In our notation, the new notation, this is like velocity of the plane with respect to ground. And this is velocity of the plane with respect to the air. This is velocity of the air with respect to ground. And then if you look at this to memorize it, you can put these two in a way that you have two closed indices, the same, and they vanish, give you these two. And that's how you can memorize writing this down. Usually you have either planes moving in the air, air is moving with respect to ground, or you have a boat moving with respect to the water, water moving with respect to the ground, or somebody moving on something, and that thing also moving with respect to ground. You always can give it names like that, and you write it just like this, and make equation like that, and it always works.